Hello everyone, it's Mr. May here and welcome to the Columbia School District tutorial on Google Classroom. Throughout this tutorial, it's going to be divided into several sections and we're going to go through how to use Google Classroom because it's going to be the learning management system that we're going to use as a school district throughout this upcoming year. The first section, what we're going to go through here in just a couple moments, is really going to just be based off of the basics of Google Classroom, how to navigate it, how to join, and so forth, and what it looks like. Then the next thing that we're going to take a look at is we're going to look at assignments. How do you turn them in? How do you share, name them, copy, and so forth. And then we're going to move on to basic communication. And then in the last section, we'll take a look at like to-do lists and calendars to kind of help with scheduling for you guys and parents, just so that you can kind of keep track of work and what's being scheduled for you guys in the classroom and then across the district if there's things put on a Google Classroom or calendar for you guys. So let's just kind of get into the basics here of Google Classroom. So this is what you see in front of you. This is the typical home page that you'll see for Google Classroom. Now, as you join more classes, you'll see more of these boxes. Now, I just have this set up as a tutorial class. You can see I have no students here because I'm going to join one here and join as one here in just a second, and we'll go through that process. But this is what you'll see, and they'll be laid out for your classes. And then typically what you'll see up here is in the kind of the box here. These are the different Google apps. So if you want to kind of know how to navigate to the different apps and so forth that are on Google, you can have access to them here. Pretty straightforward. Something that most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with. And then this plus button is what you're going to go to add a class if you don't get a direct email from your teacher or the school district that you can just hit join, which we'll see here in a second. But this is what you would hit. You'd hit create. You'd hit the plus sign. Now you guys aren't going to create one. You would join, and when you hit join, you'd put in a code right here, and then you join the class. So let's actually do that. Now I created this and sent an email, sent a code invite to another email I had to create here. If you guys get an email from a teacher, you would just hit join and it would take you to back to this screen. Now, since I was logged in, I'm on the same computer. It actually does this a little bit differently. But now I would just have to get the code. So I'm actually going to go in the class here, and every class has the code right up here underneath the heading when you go in. So I'm actually going to copy this. I'm going to switch over to the account. This is what the student, as a student view or parent view, what you would see. Hit this, hit join class, put class code, paste it in, and hit join. And as that joins, see, now I'm in the class. This is the basic setup that you are going to see. The header, this is the stream. The stream goes here and puts through whatever is being posted for the class. I actually don't like the stream. I'm going to tell you guys why. You can actually see it right here on this screen. Now, I posted this in here, just a nice hello message. That's great if you're posting, messages and stuff. But as I post assignments or parent or student posts something here in the stream, it forces everything down, and it could mean that you actually don't even see this. If this was an important message, you might not see it. And we've seen that students in the past lose that aspect. So this is a very important point that I want you guys to remember, is when you're using and navigating Google Classroom to find work, look at assignments, please make sure that you look in the classwork folder or classwork tab. If for whatever reason you prefer looking in the stream and you can't find it, go to the classwork tab. That'll be a huge benefit for you. The other thing up here is if you have any upcoming work that's due soon, the class itself will always have that there to remind you. And then the other tabs here are classwork. This is where the majority of stuff is going to be, and how your parent or how your teacher is going to lay this out for you guys. Now, off to the left-hand side here, what you'll see throughout the year, and it'll dictate in terms of, it'll look differently according to the teacher schedule that you're looking at, but it's going to look the same in terms of where you're going to go. On the left-hand side, you're going to have your drop down for the units or how the teacher breaks it up. You can see here I only have Unit 1 up here, and how I organize it is I like to just organize it from the first unit all the way to the bottom or the last unit, so that way you can kind of just keep them in order. And you can kind of have it set up here. It starts off on all topics, which would have the entire stream of units, or you can just click on Unit 1 and it'll take you into the actual full unit. You can see it's a little bit different, and as you can see here, there's actually 2 assignments that are assigned to me here as a student, and we're going to take a look at these here in the next short video, because we're just looking at the basics of navigation. All right, and if you were to click on it here, I would click on this, it'd pull it up, and then there you go. And then the last thing here is people, and this would be actually where you would go to see who's actually involved in the class, but you really don't need to worry about that once you're in. That's more for the teacher and so forth. And then the other things that you can see here, you can view your own work. You can go to Google Calendar. So if you were to click Google Calendar here, you can see I'm brand new to this on this account. Okay, and there really isn't anything that's on this list. Now I do have a couple of assignments that are labeled here from Google Classroom that are due. I have the tutorial one, assignment tutorial quiz. There it is. Okay, and you can see that it's posted on your calendar as well if you want to look back at that. All right, so that's all I got for you for everyone right now in terms of the basics of the navigation. In the next video, we'll take a quick look at assignments and what to do with those.